This week's episode is sponsored by Organic Sunscreen Moisturizer, Sheer Perfection Moisturizer that can only be found on perfectiondayspa.com. Contact Delia today. This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio, where the inner doll is created. Styling services they offer are sew-ins, quick weaves, relaxers, facial waxing, eyelash extensions, and much, much more. It's time for you to find your inner doll. Contact Selena today, serving the Tampa Bay and surrounding areas of Florida. And make sure you follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Hello everyone, Vanessa Klinger here. We currently have advertising and sponsorship packages available for the Ride Along with Vanessa and Spiritually Speaking and Awakening talk shows. Are you in the beauty, healthcare, auto, hotel industry? Are you a podcaster, light worker, spiritual teacher, and guide? We have interview spots available. KP Media Network provides global access and simultaneous streaming with a global reach of over 160 million. Go to www.vanessaklinger.com/show sponsor. Schedule a free consult now. Stay in love. How are you? I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator.
I'm Michelle. I'm your spiritual evolutionist and your motivator. Namaste. I bow to the divine presence in you. You're divine now.
You're divine. You're divine. Yes, co-host. It is our season finale. We did it again, co-host. Yay! Another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. And we keep evolving higher and higher. And I'm going to refrain myself and keep myself composed because it's a very special night. I feel very honored. We were able to secure him right for the season finale, and I'm so honored. Tonight we have a very special guest, John Lockett, and he's a personal trainer and coach, and he's the founder of Underdog Athletics, and he's not even 30.
Wow.
So, yeah, wow. So very excited to have him on tonight because we're getting ready, to go into 2022, and I want it to be a focus where we really become better spiritually, emotionally, physically. It's going to be a better you in 2022. What's the better version of you, right? In 2022. So that's the direction where we're going, and we're going to have. I'm setting the intention that we're going to even attract even more guests for Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. We're going to just broaden our horizons, and we're going to attract exactly what we need to attract for this upcoming season. I'm excited about it, co-host, because we're doing a doggone thing. We really are.
Yeah, we're going into wholeness, mind, body, soul, spirit. We're going into wholeness. It's time out from walking partiality. When we are a whole spirit, we're going to walk like that, and we're going to have to balance out our bodies and our souls and our spirits so that they can become one and operate in the highest version. So that is about elevating to the highest version. We're talking about the body. People like to leave that part out, but it is a very important part because it's just like your car, your vehicle. You have to change the oil. You have to make sure the tires are good. So
You have to use the right oil too. And the thing is, because we come from the old church, right? Co-host. So we be receiving the word about God's going to heal you and all that, but then we go home and we suck on pig's feet and all this fried greasy chicken and all this pork and all this beef and everything, and wonder why we drop dead from heart attacks.
Right. And there's so much tied up into your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. And we're so busy being healed that we don't operate in health, because the word is
say that again so I can hear you in the back, co-host.
We're so busy operating in healing that we're not walking in health. So we're using healing as an excuse, but it is not an excuse. It is an opportunity that's there in case you need it. Doesn't mean, you do everything you want to do because God gonna heal me. That's the concept we've been operating on, but that is not the foundation in which God built it. He said, physician, heal thyself. And so that means you have dominion over this land. So you have to walk in your healing. Your body was created to heal itself. Your spirit is really already healed if you're walking in God's spirit. But your soul has been here before, so it's operating whichever way you go. If you're going to the flesh, the soul go over there. If you're going to the spirit, it go over there. So it's all about balancing it out. I'm excited about that. Been working on some stuff. Did I tell you I created me some pills?
Are you going to share with us tonight just to kind of pique everyone's interest so that when we go into 2022, we're going to have some new product to promote?
Yes, I was just listening to God, and I began to put in like turmeric, ginger,
yes,
olive oil.
Yes.
What else?
Some other amazing ingredients.
But and some honey and lemon, and I put it all and stirred it all up and rolled it up into pills. So now I take those in the morning. They have different properties, antibiotic. They have anti-inflammatory, lowers your blood pressure, lowers your diabetes. If you've been diagnosed with that, it helps with black peppers in there also. So I rolled it up into a pill, and so I take it twice a day, 2 pills a day. So it's just like getting the intake, because we're returning back to the garden. And they said all the seeds and trees of the garden is what you should be eating of. Right. So if we'll take the other pills that them other people give us, let's try this. So what I'm doing is monitoring to see the difference.
Right.
And so eventually all the medications, I'm just not believing, I'm just knowing that as I begin to create and listen to God, that my body will begin to heal itself based on the properties that I'm now putting into my body. So
fantastic. Well, guess what I did?
What you did?
Created my own weight loss coffee.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all natural. And see, that's what, because we're learning, we're learning, and we're going to share and import to all of the viewers that we are going back to the garden. We are going back to this alternative. Original. They say it's alternative, but it's what
the main. Yeah, it's not alternative.
We're reversing the curse, because honestly, people, I mean, and these young folks, I just want to be like in the corner watching them, right, tapping into all that energy they have, because they're going vegan. They're starting to meditate. They're starting to evolve higher spiritually, and they're starting to walk in their power and their purpose of what God is creating them to be. I'm just excited to see. I feel like, when Joshua and them and Caleb and they were like older, and then the other ones were the younger generation were the ones that went in and possessed the land.
Right. And they were young in the fact of their mindset, in their thinking, because we do not get older, we get wiser. But if you think you get older, then you get older.
Right.
But you actually get wiser in the spirit realm. But what prompted me to do that is God said to me, what will happen if you can't get your medication? With all these shutdowns, with all that's going on in the world, what would happen? What would you do? So I started to create. Next, I'm going to create an energy drink. And it's going to have all natural properties. Then I'm going to begin to, I've already had the oils, the essential oils, but we're going to begin to teach on those, and then those have some same properties as the pill has. And so there's sometimes, like with a headache, don't go take a pill. Get some peppermint oil and begin to massage your temple. Headache goes away instantly.
Mm-hmm. There you go. See, and this is where we're going, the direction we're going into the new season, because we're going to take an holistic approach, and we're going to really just elevate higher. And for all the viewers, we want to take you with us, because we know that in order to elevate higher, to get into another dimensional spiritual dimension, we need to go back to the garden, so that we can hear God and walk and talk with God.
Yes. Without interference.
Without interference.
Yes.
And be transported about it. I really believe that. I'm going to keep saying that. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't care. But I know that this place is not my home, and I'm just here on assignment. And when my time comes, I'm getting myself in position. And that means you need to give up that pork and give up that beef. I'm saying it. I'm being kind of, but it's the truth. That beef and that pork, there was a reason why Jesus had those pigs go off that cliff and commit suicide.
Okay, Vanessa. Oh my God. They would say that pig is demonic, huh?
That was wrong with him. He didn't send him over in the desert or somewhere. He sent him over a cliff.
Well, he actually sent the demons in him. That's why I said that pig is demonic.
Yeah. So I mean, if we, so I mean,
Oh my God! But we are moving into wholeness.
He didn't save him, did he? He let the demons take him over there.
Let him go.
Listen, those pigs. He could have put them demons in a tree, in a bird. The demon said, he said, okay, yeah, that's fine. They unclean. I'll put you in something unclean. So that's a whole nother video, a whole nother segment episode. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is our season finale. We're so glad you're joining us. We are pre-taping this episode. Why? Because this is Christmas weekend, and we wanted to be with our family. But we also wanted to make sure that we come to you and share with you, and we go out with a bang as we wrap up another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. And tonight, the whole season has been engineered and constructed based on, the whole theme has been the mind.
Mm-hmm. That's my baby. The mind is my baby.
It has to start there, doesn't it?
Yeah. And the last episode we did, we talked about, we're serving God with our minds.
Yeah.
So if you don't get your mind together, you're not going to even have a will to get your body together or your spirit. And so you have to line those things up. And, our guest tonight is going to help us, going to start us before January 1st. We're going to start now. We're not putting it to next Monday. We're going to start right now. And I'm excited about that, because we don't talk enough about the body. We talk about the spirit and the soul, but now we need to get that vehicle in line, for it is carrying us through this traveling that we're doing. So it has to be in tip-top shape to do that. Anyway, who wants to minister when they don't feel good? Who wants to carry out that purpose if you don't feel good? If you don't feel like getting out of bed?
And it all starts here, because your mind is the one that tells you, you don't feel good.
Right.
Go on over and go to sleep. You don't want to go work out. You don't want to go for that walk and take hot dog to the beach down by the pier and meditate. Go on over there and go to sleep, and that's your mind.
And then when you agree with it, if two touch and agree on anything, then it's
next thing you know, it's a whole 6 months.
Done.
I've been living here on the beach, less than a mile from the pier, from the beach, and could have been walking every day,
And they say 30 minutes of walking. I mean, we all out of 24 hours, we can't even find 30 minutes of walking.
Right. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that tonight when we talk with when we bring John on the segment. But, it all starts in your mind and the decision. And he's going to share with us how he arrived at his place of victory. And it all lines it with tonight's topic, a renewed mind. We're going out with a bang, a renewed mind, breaking through to achieve your goals. Mm.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Today I was telling
Yeah.
someone, I was like, I didn't want to say the beginning of the year, because right now this is the beginning of the year for me.
Yep.
I want, not I want, I will to complete and finish what I start. I have too many things that have been started that have not been completed. And he's
Yes.
the author and the finisher of our faith. So
Yeah.
I'm in 2022, and from here to 2022 and far, and go on far beyond that, I am a finisher. If I
I
start
love
it,
that.
I'm gonna finish it.
I love that.
Got to.
I
I
love
got
that.
to. Yes, I have
Yes,
got to finish
I
it.
am a finisher.
Yes, I'm a finisher.
I'm a
I
finisher.
don't start anything I don't finish. So it is my desire, even tonight with this guest, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna finish it.
Yes, and I just want to tease everybody, but he did agree that he's going to be coming back every month
Woo.
to share with us.
To renew our minds.
That means he's going to be monitoring us, co-hosts.
That means he's gonna renew our
And renew our minds so that our bodies can line up with that that different body version in our mind, and he is a personal coach and personal trainer, so I'm going to be the first one of them to have him. So I know that I'm going to have to just really, and that's why I did it. I started walking like 2 months ago, get myself prepared, because I already had committed. And I told him, I said, John, I want to do it too. I want to be, so we're going to have to coordinate our schedules and stuff, so that he can pipe in and we can do a video session of me working out, and he's going to help me with my diet. And this time next year, if we still here, if the rapture train don't come,
and this terrible year of the Lord,
in these great and terrible days of the Lord, this time next year, I intend to have released 20 more plus pounds, thanks to John Lockett, my trainer now. Okay. Yes. And the thing is, I asked for it before, and now it is. So I know this is all a part of the plan. But yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about a renewed mind. We're going to run an ad, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to come back in and talk about
yeah, all right,
a renewed mind.
In Romans 12 and 2, and we're going to talk about the renewing of the mind. So in Romans, so when we come back after this commercial, we're going to get busy on this season finale. We're going to take it to the highest point it's ever been before. You better come back.
Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. Vanessa Klinger here. Join us live Fridays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the KP Media TV network for the Right Along with Vanessa morning show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service, raw, real enlightenment at its best. So join us Fridays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. Join us, won't you? Stay in love.
Yes. Take it away, co-host.
So when we're talking about Romans 12, are we starting with 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. Now, it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable, able and perfect will of God. So as we've been talking this whole season, this is just your reasonable service. This doesn't even take you far and beyond. This is just your reasonable service to present your body. Now you have multiple bodies. You have a mind body, you have a body, you have a spirit body, you have multiple bodies. All of these bodies shall be presented as a sacrifice. And when we talk about sacrifice, it's not physically killing, but it is killing the things that are killing you. Like we talked about earlier.
Say that again.
It's not a physical death as much as it is killing those things that are killing you.
I love that.
You love it.
That's a Michelleology right there. Let's kill those things that are killing you. Girl, that's some deep stuff right there.
And so we don't recognize that we are committing personal suicides, not by taking necessarily something to kill us, but the way that we are living, we are committing suicide. We are actually agreeing to the suicide. We are so against other people taking their lives physically, but we're actually taking our lives as we are living. We are dead men and women walking. We are just like those people in prison that are on death row. They're walking around, but there's a date that's set where they're actually going to take them out. So what we want to do in this scripture is offer you a foundation for turning things, reversing things around. It is not too late. There is no disease that is in your body that is incurable. I know they tell you it's chronic and you can't, there's no cure for it. But if God says, now whose report you going to believe? If God says that your body can be repaired, that you are a physician and that you are a healer, you must take that power back by force, by first renewing your mind. What does renewing your mind mean?
Now, listen. Now, I know people are saying, oh, you mean to tell me I can suck on these pigs' feet and eat all this greasy fried stuff and then proclaiming the victory of the Lord? Yeah, but you're gonna be proclaiming the victory on your glory train up to glory eventually, because your body, this is why it's not about the food, it's about what the body is consuming, that's fueling that body, right?
It's so like the side effects, like the side effects of medicine
that affect it, and it also keeps you at a lower vibration.
Yes, you're heavy. That's why after you eat, based on what you ate, you're ready to go to sleep, because that food that you ate has slowed down your vibration. They call it metabolism. But if you're eating the wrong stuff, if you're eating the salad, you're not going to be sleepy after you eat.
No.
If you're eating vegetables, you're not going to be sleepy. But if you have like this red meat, you have this big steak or this big hamburger, some French fries and a soda,
bacon.
Yeah, with bacon.
Big old ham.
And okay, with this.
I'm just being silly. I know what you're saying, because
it slows you down. Your energy says, and then your productivity. It's been found that people that work before their lunch hour produce more than after their lunch hour, because that low frequency has kicked in. So you have to renew your mind. How do you renew your mind? You stay in the now. You renew your mind by staying in the now. What do I mean? Staying out of your past.
Why?
Because it's an illusion. It's an illusion, and it won't come back again unless it comes in your mind. It can never be repeated.
And what does it do, though? It makes you what? When you
it depresses you.
Right.
And depression is just you in that energy trying to pull that energy into your now energy, and it doesn't match. It doesn't compute. So your body says, oh, I'm depressed.
Right. And the reason why it's depression is because it serves as a memory.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, memories should help empower you, not
depress you. Right.
So your perspective on those memories, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Correct.
Although you've had tragic things happen and experiences and all of that, been there, done that. Yeah. When I see the value in that experience by turning it not into a memory, then it fuels me, it empowers me, because it helps me to realize, look how far I've come. Praise you, Jesus, hallelujah. Thank you, God, for that experience. Thank you for that person being in my life, because they empowered me, and I see the value of their existence while they were there. So then it fuels you and it empowers you, because it's memory. So it's empower you to keep moving towards your purpose and your destiny. I love that, co-host.
Yeah.
Love that.
And so if you stay in the now, you're going to renew your mind, because God does new mercies every day. He doesn't run out of mercies for that day. But so you don't have to worry about, oh Lord, I'm going to run out of mercies for the day, because tomorrow, guess what? There'll be some new ones. So if you stay focused, I don't care how challenging your day is, there's a mercy for that.
A mercy.
And if you just tune into that mercy for that mercy is a solution. Every problem that you think that you have, God is all you cannot outrun God with problems. He got more answers than he does than you have problems. And so you have to stay focused. He creates everything new. God is doing a new thing. Now, if you're still stuck in your past, you're not going to hear what new is going on. You're still going to be trying to bring that old energy into your present. And you need to stay out of your future in the fact that trying to figure out how it's going to be. There's nothing wrong with having goals or setting goals.
Right.
But don't try to make those goals your main.
Don't try to construct a proper outcome for achieving those goals, because God's ways are not our ways, and there's more than one way to achieve that goal. Your job is to set the intention.
Right.
Okay. Intention is like for this. Okay. I intend to release 50 pounds. Okay. I don't know how it's going to happen, God, but that's my intention. So
that's it. The figuring out part.
That's not my job.
Right. Right.
My
That's
job
where you get anxiety.
Yeah, because then I'm trying to figure out, well, how am I going to find the money to go to the gym, and how am I going to? No, my job is to get tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, and get in sync, so that my steps will be ordered, my fingers, my hands, my eyes will be attracted. Because see, here's the thing: I made that intention January 2021, and guess what? I'm thinking I had to go here. I went to. Let me tell you. Okay, so I went and joined the gym, right? And I was like, investing all that money and stuff, and it threw my body out. I was sore. It didn't feel good, right? And that should have told me something, but I was determined, and I was exhausted. I had to take naps in the middle of the day, telling people I got a meeting, I'm going to bed, and all this kind of stuff. And I got anxious because I'm like, oh man, when are the weight's going to come off and all this kind of stuff. It's because I got too far ahead of my goal.
Yeah, you didn't stay present.
But all along, the Lord had it all worked out.
Right, and you had no idea that it was going to be that way.
That was John achieving his goal, getting his thing
to meet yours.
He's agreed to be my trainer.
Right, so he was creating his goal to meet the needs for your goal. So God locked that together, and we're so busy trying to help God. He does not need your assistance. The only thing we always say, well, I'm just dependent on God. God doesn't want you to depend on him. He wants you to be independent in him. So there's a difference.
Right.
Dependency is a drug. It's something that
it's like a crutch.
Is not helpful for you. So he has given you every tool to be independent in him. Doesn't mean you do anything without him. It means he's inclusive in everything. Right. So we have to renew. We have to renew the mind. Otherwise, we'll be conformed. We'll be conditioned.
Right. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just wanted to give you this tidbit nugget because we wanted to give as much time to our very special guest for tonight's season finale, John Lockett, personal trainer and founder of Underdog Athletics. We're going to run his intro, and then when we come back, John Lockett is going to be on stage. So stay tuned. Tonight's special guest is John Lockett Jr., personal trainer, coach, and founder of Underdog Athletics. His power and perseverance and ability to strength train naturally has allowed him to win first place in his first natural bodybuilding competition. Ladies and gentlemen, John Lockett. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. John Lockett, personal trainer and founder of Underdog Athletics. Woohoo!
Namaste.
Namaste. We bow to divine presence in you, John. Thank you so much for agreeing to be a guest on our season finale of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. So glad to have you. How are you tonight?
We can't hear you.
There we go.
Y'all really got me inspired and really motivated just listening to y'all. So I'm happy to be here tonight.
That's great. That's great. We're talking about a renewed mind. I mean, it is our intention and goal. First of all, I'm so grateful that you have agreed that you're going to assist me in renewing my body and getting in its sync by becoming my trainer.
Yeah.
So I'm so honored that you agreed to that because I'm a piece of work, and but I have set the intention and I have made the decision that I'm going to do what I need to do. And I've already put it in motion by giving up certain foods, by changing my habits and everything.
Right.
And it all starts with the renewed mind, and I wanted to, we wanted to turn people on to, who you are and all of that. So what inspired you? Because me personally knowing you, did not have the type of body that you did. You were young and thin and I want to say scrawny, but you didn't have the body that you did, John. So share with us what kind of motivated you and set you on that course to becoming a bodybuilder and personal trainer.
Well, it kind of goes all into like they say as a person, especially as a young person, you got a image for what you want to be in the future. Everybody has a fair chance to create the perfect picture of themselves in the future, right? So for me, basically, I wanted to be all the pillars. I wanted to be the smart guy, the guy that's in shape, the guy that's financially stable. That's just my personal outlook for myself. So I had to do the work, and the physical part, I guess, first came, and success is on its way.
Well, did you find that you, once you had made a decision that you wanted to, what inspired you to go to the gym? I mean, was it someone or someone that said something to you? What kind of served as that catalyst to give you that tipping point to start going to the gym?
I get that question all the time. And it first started out, I'm in the Air Force, so I got to pass that physical test that they gave me. But most people, to be honest, this in the military I'm probably the most in shape person that I've seen in the military, or at least in my immediate surroundings in the military. So it all goes back to internal motivation for me, just personally motivated.
I see you listed your business as Underdog. So what motivates you to call it the Underdog? Did you feel that was something you experienced as growing up? Did you feel mentally like you were an underdog?
Yes, coming from a small town, like most of the people, I tell them I graduated with 20 people. They insane to them. So small town, I was a small guy, and I just have big dreams. I feel like I'm fighting Goliath every day. So David fighting Goliath, that's a big story to me. That's like probably one of my favorite Bible verses or Bible stories, along with the story of Samson, the strong man in the Bible. So, but definitely David and Goliath was like my inspiration behind the Underdog story.
And the fact that he was so young was because you were 2 or 3 classes ahead. So
yeah,
share
I was
with
in my class.
Yeah, he was already ahead. So I'm sure being in a class that's where you're 3 years younger than everyone, but smarter than the majority of your classmates. So I'm sure that kind of just, you kind of were in the position of, you having to prove and be more, and it just really motivated you to just become this overachiever.
Right.
Did you deal with bullying? Because I think that right now, a lot of kids, if they're smaller or there's something specifically different about them, they deal with bullying. Did you deal with that as being a part of your motivation for, working on yourself or building your body up?
That's a good question. I maybe like in elementary school, like some guys kind of picked on me a little bit, but like nothing major to
Okay.
to the extent that it is today. Because I know a lot of kids is getting bullied way worse than I ever experienced. So
Right.
it wasn't too bad. After I actually it took me actually getting around those people and playing sports, and actually I got around them more. That all the way.
Okay. So how do you start? I mean, how do you, if being a personal trainer and somebody's coming in saying they have all these, they want to do this, how do you start them off as a trainer?
Well, I first figure out what is it they want to do. So the person that wants to lose weight, the person that maybe wants to lose 50 pounds versus the person that want to lose 10 to 20 pounds and just tighten up and tone up, that the workout routine is probably very different. So, and it's people out here, I meet people all the time like me, where there was a small guy or a smaller person that actually want to add some muscle on and add some ass on. So it's very different.
Okay.
The first step I would say is just figuring out what they want to do.
Do you encourage them mentally first? I mean, a lot of people have an insight of what they want to do, but their mind is not prepared, because we're talking about renewing the mind. And I know that you have to have a renewed mind to commit to the dedication and the hard work that it takes to get you to from this to that. So do you encourage them more mentally first and then the plan, or how does that go?
That's a good question. I always try to focus on why do they want to achieve this
Right.
goal, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of people, I want to lose 50 pounds to play around with my kids, or I want to look good in my wedding dress, I want to look good on vacation, whatever the case may be. You got to tap into that reason as to why.
Okay. All right.
And do you find
That's going to be the driving force of any motivation behind.
Yeah.
Right.
Most people think it's physical, but what I was trying to bring out, even from you being a trainer, that physical part is a part. But if you don't have the mind to be consistent, to be there, to be a winner, not a quitter, it takes a lot, and it's not an overnight sensation.
No. And this is why it's so important that, people, that's why the failure rate of people who get out of bed hungover January 1st saying, okay, I'm gonna give up drinking, smoking, eating pork, all this stuff in one instance, January 1st, and then they go spend all this money to join a gym or hire a trainer, and then come January 31st, they back to doing everything that they've done. Which is why I encourage people, I encourage people, look, if you say you're going to do this, start in October, November, and get into a routine and renewing of your mind to me is getting up that vision board. I remember, okay, John, you're going to laugh, but I remember first time I dropped the weight and I got a picture of Janet Jackson right in a bikini. And I cut off her head and put my head over and photoshopped and put that on the wall. Now listen now. So I put it on the wall and I'm staring at it now. I'm still eating chips and chicken wings and all this stuff. I'm eating all, but I'm staring at Janet Jackson's body, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna have a body just like Janet Jackson. Little did I know. One day I just said, I'm going to the gym. And I started going to the gym. All because I had these affirmations, right? I had my affirmations now because I know, you go, thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. So I'm decreeing, I'm going to have a body like Janet Jackson. I'm so happy and grateful. I done lost 50 pounds. All this stuff while I'm eating chicken wings, fried chicken, potato chips, chocolate, all these cookies, all this stuff. And then lo and behold, it's like my mind synced up with my heart and my body had to follow. Right. And that's why I encourage people, if you're going to do what you need to get this right first. Yep. Have a plan. have a contact, get John's information and have it ready. So there you go. Okay, however long it takes. And it usually takes 30 days to develop a habit. And that's how long it took me, because after 30 days of me doing my affirmations while I'm eating, eventually I started like, I don't want this. I want a boiled egg instead. I started phasing and getting aligned with what I've been affirming. And I attracted the right trainers and all this kind of stuff. And next thing you know, I didn't have a body like Janet Jackson, but it looked like a better body than what I had, which is why I know it's a proven system that works, which is why I wanted to have this as a season finale. So that as you guys, it's Christmas weekend. You done ate the ham. Y'all know I used to eat an entire ham every Christmas. You done ate that ham. You ate you some pig feet and collard greens. You ate your macaroni and cheese. You got that dressing with all that stuff in it. Ate probably some pigtails and some whatever goes with the pigtails, black eyed peas. Had all that, and you sitting there and your belly's tight, and you nodding off us. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be in a better physical state, it starts with renewing your mind. So I wanted to ask you, John, you said that people, you asked them first, why do you want to do it? Mm-hmm. So let's say, you've heard a little bit about me as far as how do you construct a plan for someone like me, you say, well, why do I do? So now what type of schedule that you would have for someone like me, as far as, because I want to tone, I want to release the weight, but I want to tone and just improve my overall health. Would that require me, changing my diet? Because if I'm eating pig's feet and pigtails and black eyed peas and stuff every day, I'm going to have to give something up, aren't I?
Yes. So it's funny that you say that the way you said it, because when becoming a trainer, the first thing they teach about is the stages of change. So it starts with pre-contemplation, which is you're not even thinking about getting better. Everybody in that phase to where I'm not thinking about getting into the gym. But then you added that picture on the wall. Now you're in the contemplation phase. Now you're thinking about it, right? Then it goes to what's next, preparing. Now you maybe a few weeks out from going to the gym. I'm gonna do it. You got it in your mind. You can see the picture of it in your head. Then it goes to the maintenance phase once you actually enter the gym and just maintaining the routine. But to go on what you say, what steps would it take? That's most people are just like you, want to just add. They not be the want to be a bodybuilder or whatnot, and I understand that. That's perfectly fine, right? Most people just want to add a little muscle, tighten up, tone up, lose some weight. Where people are confused at is adding muscle is not going to I'm pretty sure most of your audience probably female. A lot of females think adding muscle is going to make them look like a man. It's not. It's not biological, right? Mm-hmm. And so you got to strength train. It doesn't have to be heavy weights, but strength training, ripping up your muscles from the inside to where now your body is burning calories while you're chilling, while you're resting. So your body burns calories while you're just relaxing.
Okay.
And you definitely gonna have to give up some of that food. I try to. That's probably the hardest part. Easy part is getting into the gym. Once you make it a routine, you naturally stick to it. So, but the diet is the hardest part.
I found that when I did start working out and going to the gym, this is why I know it's a proven system that works. I just instinctively and naturally kind of shifted from eating the fried chicken and the pig's feet and the pigtails and the ham. I wanted something lighter because I noticed a change in how I felt.
Yep.
versus after I worked out, I felt lighter and more clear, and I could think better. I want, when we come back, I want you to share with us and kind of build up a schedule, a monthly schedule of you coming back, and let's build out a plan, a monthly, a step-by-step plan for the viewers, so that they can really get an idea as to your method of training. And then, as we get into the new year, you'll be able to introduce us to different moves and maybe a diet plan. I know your website is under development, Underdog Athletics, and I know that that's going to be a section where you'll have different components of that, where you have a diet plan for all the members that want to be a part of Underdog Athletics. The monthly membership will, they can get a meal plan. They can get, access to your training videos and all of that. So I know that that's still in the works, but I do know that if they do go to underdogathletics.shop, that they can actually sign up and be notified when it goes live. Is that correct, John?
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. You can go ahead and do that right now.
Fantastic. So we encourage you guys, go ahead and do it. Now, I know you guys are probably saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then you roll over, you're hungover, you done danced all night, you done did something, or you done went to church and prayed all night and done ate everything at the Waffle House. And now you're waking up either hungover from food, eating all that pork, or alcohol. So go ahead, go out to Underdog Athletics, get registered so that you can be notified, so that when the site goes live, because it's probably going to take you 30 days to make up your mind, you already have access to John's website. You'll have access to his personal training. You'll have access to his meal plans, so you can really take part and get yourself together, because 2022, the whole focus should be on becoming a better you spiritually, emotionally, physically, so that you can be the best version of who you believe you are, because Christ died for us so that we can be the best versions of who God created us to be. And in order to do that, you got to give up. I knew I had to give up that bacon and that ham, John. I knew I did. You know how I know? It wasn't nothing telling me that I was going to drop dead from a heart attack. My spirit told me, because I didn't like what I was feeling. And I attracted something that, enlightened me on that, because Jesus represents enlightenment, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I got something that enlightened me on the what it was. I was reading that scripture about them pigs going over that cliff. And I was like, I wonder if something is true. And then I watched another video, because I'm addicted to TikTok. I admit it. And I saw something. I'm like, what? And I just, when I went home to holidays last year, I told Mama, I said, you know what? I'm gonna give up bacon and ham. She said, what? I'm like, yes, I am. I'm gonna give it up. I said, I don't want to eat pork no more. I've been enlightened to something, and I just don't like it. And I haven't had pork in over a year. I haven't had beef in almost 2 years, and I'm grateful for it. And I just know that this time next year, I'll probably be completely vegan, and I'm okay with that. I'm not encouraging everybody else, but this is my personal decision, what direction I'm going. I just want to be a better Vanessa. So if I'm going to be stuck here on assignment, if the rapture train don't come get me, then I got to be all that I can be, so that I can, serve in the army of the Lord. I'm just decided that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be the best version of who I think I am, physically, emotionally. And I'm just grateful that you have decided to be my personal trainer. Now, y'all understand something, okay? He is a personal trainer and coach, and that requires things, so we're looking forward to seeing how that's going to roll out. I'm excited to see how it's going to roll out, Jay. And I want everybody to, just tune in, and we're going to be promoting it and sharing, and he'll be coming back, so that you can get an idea as to his approach and his method. And you can see, as we wrap it up, I just want you won first place in the natural body. Now that you said natural, that means it was no type of how can I
performance enhancing drug.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to get sued. Okay. You all natural bodybuilding, first place.
Yeah.
Share with us what happened?
So
How did that come about?
it's actually a funny story how I actually got into bodybuilding because I always was interested in it. And after I got to working out, maybe like 2 years of hard training, I actually started seeing results and people come up to me. It got to where every day somebody would come up to me in the gym. Man, you look good. You need to maybe try doing competitions or whatnot. I was like, I haven't tried it yet. And one day a guy actually just told me like, just search for them. They all around here. So I looked for it. And the one I found was in Mobile, Alabama. So I'm like, it was like 4 weeks away. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm gonna be ready in that time. Because it takes weeks and weeks of training, but I did it and got the result that I wanted. So turned out pretty good.
Well, it didn't start. I mean, it took you 2 years, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? That it took you 2 years to build up the proper muscle mass and then develop the discipline. So, ladies and gentlemen, if it took you,
It took longer than that. I was already in shape. So
yeah,
2 years of focused training on
yeah.
adding size. So
And that's not a long time because think about it now. We going into 2 years after all this madness with the pandemic and everything. Just think. I mean, I was seeing some people on TikTok. I mean, they started out, they were 400 pounds and now they down to $150. And it's been 2 years. So it's amazing what you can do in 24 months time. If you really just make up your mind, you renew it and you get it in sync and you develop the right discipline. It's not about being perfect, I'm sure, right, John? It's not about being perfect.
no, not at all.
It's about just keep getting up. Share with us in the last couple of minutes what inspired you to keep getting up. Did you have an end goal? What was it that those days when you probably had worked and you were exhausted and you knew you had to go? How did you do that? Because there are days when I'd be like, man, I don't even want to get up. I don't want to do nothing. I don't even want to go to work, and my office is right here, and the bedroom is right there. So how did you do that?
A big part of it was my friend group. I keep good friends around me that's always also in the gym. They also telling me they fitness goals and what they accomplishing. So being one of those guys, I can't be the last one at the back of the round. So we all motivate each other to elevate and keep going. And just keep having a structure to where you can't lose.
You can't. That's one of Michelle's favorite quotes from Reverend Ike. What do you say, Michelle?
Can't lose with the stuff I use.
Yeah, that Reverend Ike is something else. Catch him on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, you are also on YouTube. Now, ladies and gentlemen, more the personal trainer, bodybuild champion. He incorporates his training little teasers with also his motivation about how to be successful, about how to overcome disappointment. Just as we tie up the season finale, John, just give us a couple of minutes of something that you want to leave with the viewers to inspire them onto entering into 2022.
What's been on my mind lately is, just for me personally, and even for anybody can take this, it's not about me anymore. So in the past, I've chased success for me, but I think about it as it's not even about me anymore. I got to do it for my little brothers and my little sisters and my children to come and the rest of my family. So it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. Get better for the Lord. Get better for yourself, and just chase success. Try to give back as much as you can. So,
right.
So it's sowing and reaping.
Sowing and reaping.
Yeah, you give what you get back what you give. So
that's true. That is really true, and it's all about understanding that principle. You can't expect something if you haven't given nothing. I mean, I can't expect just to go to sleep and wake up and be 50 pounds lighter. I got to give something in order to achieve that outcome. And if people really can just understand it, because I think that for so long we were disillusioned or conditioned to believe that it was going to just magically happen because of that was how we were taught. But reality sets in. And what I mean by reality,
she got stuck. What she means by reality is, and we're going to wait for that answer, but it is something that we all have to face in ourselves, in our mind, in our spirit. We have to release an opportunity for it to manifest. So when you're talking about having people around you that will motivate you, being accountable, if you have the right people that hold you accountable, and like you said, not wanting to be last in line, that's some power that allows us to go forward. So it's very exciting to see a young man pursuing a dream and making it happen, finishing the process. I was talking before, like, I'm going to be a finisher, like not just saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but actually putting it into action and becoming a finisher, because God is the author and finisher of our faith. And if we're in the image of God, then we must be finishers. So I compliment you on this experience that you're having, this road that you're going on, encouraging more men of color to be proactive in their own lives. We don't all have to be in prison. We don't all have to be crime related. We can put that same energy into creating something positive, just like you've created. So I appreciate you and applaud you for going forward. I think you said you were 30.
No, I'm 20.
20.
Yes,
oh
my
God.
21 coming up.
Oh my God. So that's even greater that you are at this point. And it will, I hope that this will be shown to more young men of color, that you're showing them that when you said it's bigger than you, it really is.
It really is.
Because we don't have, like, we have older people saying, come on, you can do this. But when you have a younger person that's in that same bracket that is saying, come on, you can do this, then you offer something to the rest of them that will cause them to soar, because you got that same energy that they have. And so where they won't listen to an older person, they'll listen to you because you kind of relate to where they are. So we appreciate you coming on. I don't know what happened to Vanessa. She dropped out. Maybe she's having some technical difficulties, but your information is listed on the screen, and you can begin if you're interested. And you're in the Florida area. What area are you in? Because I'm in Georgia.
I'm in Mississippi.
Oh, you're in Mississippi. Okay.
I'll be in Florida coming up for my next bodybuilding show. So
okay. Plus with your YouTube, it doesn't matter what state you're in, it still follow you that way. So do you encourage people that are in different states? Do you do virtual training, or is it just one-on-one physical training?
I can do virtual. I can program a plan for you, meal plan. But
so that may encourage people in other states that if they want to utilize your services, they don't feel like, well, I'm not in Mississippi, so I can't do it. We look for excuses as the reason we don't do it. So hopefully that will encourage people. And we are excited. We're about to end this up. I don't know what happened to Vanessa on this finale. But thank you, John, for coming and spending this time, this valuable time. Because I was talking that we so busy spiritually that we don't do anything physically, and that's not lining up our health. So I'm very excited, and hopefully as we progress in this endeavor, that each month that you come back, it's going to keep us in line, keep us accountable, and start us on a plan that's going to assist us in the year of 2021. So we're about at that closeout time. Listen, I am so excited about spiritually speaking and awakening. My co-host, I don't know what happened at the end of this, but
I'm here. I thought I got raptured, didn't you?
No, because I would have been gone too. I was like, this is the season finale.
I know, can you believe it? I'm like, it's like, oh my God, I got a new computer and everything, and I guess it's just doing what it does, you know.
Okay.
But I'm sure you picked it right up to where we were, and you know, it tied up very nicely, because I was like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm sure you were able to.
We tied it up.
Fantastic. Okay, so because I definitely didn't want to have to do this again, because it's already very late. So I just want to thank you, John, for you know, joining us for our season finale, and your patience and everything. And it was an honor to have you on. And again, like I said, we'll have you on again when we pick things back up in February for the new season. So we'll be meeting up and planning some things. So I'll be reaching out to you because I'm sure I'll be seeing you when I come home for the holidays, hopefully, and we'll put a plan of attack in on trying to get my body back in sync with what my mind thinks I look like.
That sounds good.
So thank you so much for joining us, co-host. We did it again. Another season.
I thought I was about to end it without you.
I know, because it was just like, I was like, oh my God. But luckily I had, you know, my old standby computer, so I was able to sync back up. But it is what it is. We just work it out. This is live television, so we have to do what we have to do and everything. But it all works out, you know. So, but again, thank you so much, John, co-host. Thank you again for another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. It was an honor to have you on and just have you be a part of it. And you've got your book, right? So let's speak about that really quickly.
Yes, Mental Equation. You can get it on Amazon for $15. And you will need this and can use this as a guide as you go into 2022, because it's just conversations I've had with God. So I let you eavesdrop. And then once you begin to study this, then God will give you revelation. It won't be like you're reading, but he'll be giving you revelation. So we're excited about the books that are coming. I told you I'm a finisher now. I'm a finisher. Not just starting something, I am finishing it, starting today. I'm not waiting till the first of the year. So I'm excited about my created medicines. All kind of stuff is going to help. You know, I'm becoming a prophetic intercessor, which means I'm not asking, I am accessing.
Yes, that's the power that we possess as God's creations. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, podcast listeners, for listening. It has been an honor as we wrap things up, and I wanted to share, you know, that KP Media TV Network has been just amazing during this process. We are shifting gears, we're changing networks, and I feel so honored to have been a part of the KP Media TV Network for the last almost 2 years. So we're just going up higher and higher, and I'm so grateful that co-host, you'll be coming along with me as we go into this journey.
I'm riding along with Vanessa.
Yeah. Yay. Yes, great things. All right. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you for listening. And stay tuned as we'll be rolling out promos and everything, so you'll know how to watch us and tune in to listen to us as February 2022. That is our intention, to come back with the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show and Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator.
And I'm Michelle Washington, your spiritual evolutionist and your motivator. Namaste. I bow to the divine presence in you.
God bless each and every one of you. And may you truly be inspired to come up higher into the dimensions of God. Stay in love, everybody. Happy New Year.
Thank you for enjoying the show. Thank you for enjoying the show. If you have an awesome product or service that you would like Vanessa to promote, go to www.vanessaklinger.com/show sponsor and we'll get back to you. We have monthly sponsorship programs, ad slots, all kinds of wonderful, great things to promote your product or service. Contact Vanessa today.